Welcome back to Toto Capital. My name's Liam, and in this video I'm going to show you guys exactly step by step how you can trade 1, the London session liquidity sweep, and 2, the New York session liquidity sweep. Okay, a lot of channels would probably charge a lot of money for this. However, you know me guys, I'm here just to provide pure value. Okay, so let's just jump straight in. This initially we want to start off on the 1 hour time frame. So this is a very sort of day trading intraday strategy. Okay, in and out the markets, banking 1 sort of 2, 3 hour, and then moving on to the next trade. So let's just jump straight in. 1 hour time frame, Euro USD, and this is a pair that respects liquidity extremely well. Okay, so initially what you guys want to apply to your chart is the fractals indicator. Head over to the top, the indicators tab, type in fractals. It's the one by Rachel_T. It's the one that I talk about in pretty much all of my videos because it's an objective way of identifying points of liquidity within the markets. Okay, for you guys, who are new, what is liquidity? Essentially, it's just areas or points of interest where we're looking to trade around. Okay, these are the high volume areas on where retail and institutions will be fighting essentially at these areas. Okay, and often this is where the manipulation will occur, and therefore that's exactly what our strategies are based around. Okay, so let's just jump straight in. 1 hour time frame. What you guys want to initially do is apply the trend line filter. It's just a horizontal line, and mark on your fractal high, your most recent fractal high, and most recent fractal low. Okay, so intraday, these are the points of liquidity that institutions are going to be looking at raiding and manipulating these areas. Okay, now that you've identified your fractal high and fractal low, what you want to do is drop down to the 15-minute time frame, which I'm going to do right here. Okay, and we're going to mark on these points of interest. So these are the areas that we're looking to trade from. Okay, if and only if price comes into these areas, then we'll be looking to execute within the markets. So let's mark this on. These are your points of liquidity. Okay, now what we're looking to do is we're either looking for price to come into the highs, i.e. up at the high here, manipulate, deviate, reclaim, and then we can look to short that back to the downside. Or alternatively, for a long setup, we're looking for price to come down, deviate, manipulate, reclaim, and then we can look for a long trade back to the upside. Okay, so they are the only frameworks that we're looking at in order to get involved within this market intraday, okay, around these points of liquidity. So let's play price on. One thing to note is the timing is extremely important. So you can see right now is 11 a.m. GMT, i.e. we are heading into the New York session. We're heading into the New York Stock Exchange, the pre-New York session, okay? That means that we're anticipating volume to come into the markets, okay? So let's play price on here. And you can see what we get here is we get a deviation above our 1 hour fractal high. So that's this area here. It's sort of like a double top area. Therefore, we know there's a lot of liquidity resting above this area, okay? You can see institutions pump price up above this area here, manipulate out of the market, and we close back below our key point of interest. So now that we've closed back below intraday on the 15-minute time frame, we can look for an entry on the retest of this key area point of interest. We've got clear invalidation above this high here, clear invalidation. We know exactly when we're going to be wrong in this market. So this is the range that we're trading. We've got range highs here at 1.08900, and we've got range lows down at 1.08700. So this is the range that we're trading. We've seen this deviation, we've seen this reclaim, and we've just retested and we're triggered in this trade. So we're looking to short this market to the downside. You've got first targets down to range lows, okay, because essentially we're going to be targeting liquidity, right? The liquidity is now resting below here. Therefore, that's the area that we're going to be looking at targeting. So around to range lows is absolutely fine. And you can see that's a 1 to 4 risk to reward, which is a very, very great high, RR trade. Okay. So you don't need to be right very often on these trades in order for these to be profitable. Okay. So let's play price on. So we're now in the New York session, right? Within the New York session, we've smashed take profit, okay, at a 1 to 4 risk to reward, okay? And that's why it's very important to take profit at these logical areas. You can see we wick that area and then we start to reject from the range lows, okay? So this is the range play that we took back to the downside. Now we're looking for longs on this market, because if you remember what I said initially is we've looked, this is the hourly, by the way, the higher time frame intraday. We've seen this deviation, therefore we shorted off this fractal high here. And then the other option, what I talked about, was we can look for longs if we deviate below this fractal low here. Okay, so let's drop back down to the 15-minute time frame, and our entry trigger is right here. So we've deviated below, indicated by this price action here. Let's just zoom in a little bit. Deviated below, and we've closed back above this fractal low here. Therefore, we can classify this as a deviation. We can look to long off this level, and we have clear invalidation below the low. Okay, because if price pushes back below here on the 15-minute time frame, we're then going to be making another lower low, and therefore price is more likely to continue to the downside. So that's why it'd be very beneficial to cut that trade if that did happen. So that's why we place our stop loss there. And then in terms of a logical sort of exit, you can see we've got this sort of double top area coming in here. Okay, we've got this double top area here. So that's going to be your first take profit. Certainly most of your profit's going to be coming off the table around here, because now that we're long, the liquidity is going to be resting above these highs here. So that's why it's, you want to be taking off a lot of profit around there. You can see you've got a 1 to 4.71 up at range highs. Okay, and we're currently triggered in this trade. You can see we're triggered in to the absolute decimal there. Stop loss below, and then we're looking at targeting range highs. You can see we wick this first high here at a 1 to 4 risk to reward. Okay, so 1 to 4, that's absolutely incredible. And most of your profit is certainly going to be coming off the table here. Okay, let's play price on. And you can see ultimately back end of the NY session, these highs were, the liquidity was taken above these range highs, which of course is where the liquidity was resting. Okay, so two absolutely great examples, two great case studies on how to use liquidity intraday. Okay, we've got the 1 hour as the higher time frame perspective. We're using the 15-minute as our lower time frame, where we're looking for our entry schematics. Okay, and we're ensuring that we are executing within the high volume sessions, i.e. we're trading around the London session and the New York session. Okay, I don't want to trade around the Asian session because there's not much volatility, there's not much volume within the markets. Okay, so ensure that you are trading within these sessions. So if you guys are looking at it from a GMT perspective, that is 8 a.m. That's the London session open up until about 3:30 p.m. GMT. That'll be your sort of back end of the NY session. Okay, and you can see ultimately that's where we executed this long trade, coming in about 2:45, 14:45. Okay, so these strategies are fractal, whether you're trading the weekly time frame, daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, whatever you're trading, it's all the same. It's all liquidity. Just understand that these trades that you're placing can take longer to play out, depending on what time horizon you're looking at. Okay, so because this is a sort of a 15-minute chart and a 1 hour higher time frame, these trades are playing out within 1, 2, 3 hours. Okay, these are you sort of in and out the market. Okay, you can see within this trading day, you've smashed 2 take profits at 1 to 4. You've passed pretty much a funding challenge, or you've took 8R off the table. If you're using 1R as risk, okay, you would have risked 2R across both trades, 1R here, 1R here, and you would have banked 8R on the day, which is absolutely incredible. Okay. But yeah, that's it for this one. And that's how you use the higher time frame, which is the 1 hour, in confluence with your 15-minute in order to use liquidity to move the markets. Okay, so let me know your thoughts below. Okay, we do have a Telegram linked below, along with my Twitter as well, where I do share a lot of these setups. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, take care, guys. Bye bye.